Today we have discussed about speed control of AC motor and advantages and its types. On completion of this period, you would be able to know AC drives, advantages of AC drives, disadvantages of AC drives, and types of AC drives, and advantages of induction motor, types of induction motor. Today we have discussed about following these small topics, that are AC drives, types of AC drives, advantages of AC drives and disadvantages of AC drives, and types of induction motor and advantages of induction motor. We have discussed about in previous classes electric drive, speed control of DC drive, and speed control of DC drives by using phase control methods and phase control techniques, and speed control of DC motor by using chopper circuits, and difference between phase control and chopper control. The difference between phase control and chopper control. So this topic we have to discussed in previous classes. Different types of electric drives, what is the electric drives, and speed control of DC drives, and speed control of phase control method, and by using the phase control method, and speed control of DC shunt motor by using chopper control circuits, and difference between phase control and chopper control, Today, in last class we have discussed about these two topics. Today we have discussed about definition of AC drive. If an AC motor is used for driving the drives, then this type of is known as AC drive. This type of is known as AC drive. The AC drive is act as a, we have to drive the motors. If an AC motor is used to driving the drives, so then this types of motor is known as AC drives. That means the every types of drive you have to drive by electric motor, but the AC motor, that is called as the AC drive. So this is the definition of AC drive. The AC drive is act as a, which drive is driven by AC motor. That drive is called as AC drive. AC drive. The drive is nothing but it is act as a rotating. By the other one. So that is called as the drive, and the AC drive is nothing but the drive which is driven by AC motor. That is called as AC drives. The advantages of AC drive. The advantages of AC drive is nothing but light in weight, low maintenance, less expensive, and fourth one, can work in hazardous area. So this is the advantage of AC drive. The advantage of AC drive is nothing but the weight is very light. Light in weight. And second one is nothing but low maintenance or less maintenance. less maintenance. The maintenance is a very less. So this is the one of the advantage of AC drives. And less expensive. So this is expansion of this drive is the less. That is called as the AC drive. That is called as the, this is the advantage of AC drive. This is advantage of AC drive. And another drive is nothing but another advantage of drive is AC drive can work in hazardous area. So this is the advantage of AC drive. This is the advantage of AC drive. Next, disadvantage of AC drive. Disadvantage of AC drive. The disadvantages. First disadvantage is nothing but power converter for AC motor is more complex. If the power is conversion for AC motor is more complex. In power converter for AC motor. So this is the more complex. And the more expensive for power converter for AC motor. More complex and more expensive for power converter for AC motor. Next, during the power conversion for AC motor to generate the harmonics. During the power conversion of AC motor to generate the harmonics. So this is the one of the disadvantages of AC drives. The types of AC drives. The types of AC drive is nothing but the first type is nothing but induction motor drive, synchronous motor drive. Induction motor drive and synchronous motor drive. This is the two types of AC drive is there. That is the induction motor and synchronous motor. So these are the two types of AC drive. That is the induction and synchronous. Induction motor and synchronous motor. These are the two types of AC drive. So depend upon the to operate the number of phases. That is the single phase AC drive, three phase AC drive. Single phase AC drive and three phase AC drive. And remains the induction motor remains two types is there. Depend upon the work on the phases, number of phases. That is the first one nothing but single phase induction motor. Second one is nothing but three phase induction motor. First one is nothing but single phase induction motor. Second one, three phase induction motor. Next, single phase synchronous motor and three phase synchronous motor. Single phase synchronous motor and three phase synchronous motor. These are the remains two types. Based on the number of phases. Types of induction motor. The types of induction motor is nothing but adjustable speed drives and servo drives. These are the two types of induction motor. That is the adjustable speed drives and servo drives. Next, adjustable speed drives. Is nothing but it is used in industries for processing control. That is the fans, compressors, pumps, blowers. So these are the adjustable speed drive. That means here the speed of the motor you have to control. For example, we have to take the fans. The fans are used in domestic purpose. That is it is used in homes, office. So we have to control the speed of the fans by using the rheostat control method, by using the rheostat control method, and here to control the speed of the induction motor, and compressor and the speed of the compressor we have to control the compressor also, and pumps and pumps also we have to control the pumping of water pump also, and blowers. So this is the adjustable speed drive. These are the example for adjustable speed drives. These are the example for adjustable speed drives. And servo drives. And what are the servo drives? So it is the used in precious speed controller. It is the used in precious speed controller. The example is nothing but computer peripherals. So the servo drives we have to use it in computer peripherals and machine tools and robotic. So the servo drive we have to use it in these types of device. We have to use the servo drives, that is used in computer peripherals and machine tools and robotic. So the servo drive, these types of device servo drive are used in these types of devices. Next advantages of induction motor. Advantages of induction motor. The advantages of induction motor. The first advantage is nothing but low maintenance cost. The second advantage is nothing but high reliability. These are the very reliable, and these are the maintenance cost is the very less. So the every types of motor or every types of devices we have to use, and we have to buy the depend upon the cost and maintenance and weight and reliability and efficiency. So regards of this point we have to consider. Then we have to use. Then we have to use it in the market, and we have to consumer to dare the buy the these types of motor regarding the consider of this point. That is the less cost and less maintenance and high reliability and high efficiency and less waste and low weight and able to work in hazardous area and ruggedness in constructions. So these are the advantages of induction motor. So these are the advantages of induction motor. Next types of induction motors. The three-phase induction motors are following types. That is the squirrel cage induction motor, slip ring induction motor. These are the two types of induction motor is there. That is based on the types of construction. The two types of induction motor is there. So the first type is nothing but squirrel cage induction motor. Second is nothing but slip ring induction motor or wound rotor. These are the types. These are the two types of induction motors. There are the two types of motor. Summary. That today we have discussed about AC drive. Definition of AC drive. The definition of AC drive is nothing but the drive is driven by AC motor. Those drive are driven by AC motor. That is called as the AC drive. That is called as the AC drive. So that is the definition of AC drive. And types of AC drives. Types of AC drive. That is the adjustable speed drive and servo drive. These are the two types of AC drive. That is the adjustable speed drive and servo drive. Next advantages of AC drives. So many advantages is there. That is the less maintenance, high efficiency, reliability, less cost, less in weight, and work in hazardous area. All this called as the advantage of AC drive. And disadvantage of AC drive. Disadvantage of AC drive is nothing but it is the more complex. For power conversion of AC drives. Power conversion for AC drive and more complexity, more expansive, more complex and more expansive. So these are the one of the disadvantages. And advantages of induction motor. And types of induction motor. Types of induction motor is nothing but based on the construction. That is the squirrel cage induction motor and slip ring induction motor. So these are the we have to discuss in today class. About today class and today period. In this period we have to discuss it. Some quiz question is there. The first question: among all type of AC motor, which motor cost less for same rating? Among all types of AC motor, which motor cost is less for same rating? First option A is nothing but slip ring induction motor. Option B is squirrel cage induction motor. Option C is synchronous motor. Option D is capacitor type motor. So the option D is nothing but capacitor type induction motor. This is called as the less cost compared to the rating. And second question: which of the following is not the advantage of induction motor? Which of the following is not advantage of induction motor? That is the advantage of induction motor. We know that advantage of induction motor we have to discuss it just before the few minutes. That is the first one, nothing but high efficiency, and second is nothing but lower in cost and high starting torque, ability to work in all areas. So here the following the not one of the advantage means that is the high starting ability to work in all areas, lower cost, high efficiency. High starting torque is the does not advantage of induction motor. This is one of the disadvantage. This is one of the not the advantage of induction motor. That is the option C is correct answer. And frequently asked question: what are the advantages and disadvantages of AC drive then DC drive? What are the advantages and disadvantages of AC drive than DC drive. The advantages, then we have to study the advantages and disadvantages of AC drive and DC drive, and both are the compared to learn. So that is the disadvantages of AC drive and DC drive. And what are the types of induction motor? Depend upon the application. What are the types of induction motor? Depend upon the application. Then there are two types of induction motor is there. Depend upon the application. That is the induction motor. That is the slip ring induction motor, squirrel gauge induction motor, slip induction motor and squirrel gauge induction motors. So these are the two types of induction motor. And induction motor depend upon the slip ring and squirrel gauge induction motor remains some types is there. That is the application. That is the slip phase induction motor, capacitor start induction motor, capacitor and induction motor. All these called as the depend upon the application of different types of induction motor. You have to classify and you have to write the types of induction motor. So these are the two questions we are having, the some frequently asked question. Then we have to read well and prepare well. Read well and prepare well. So here let us discuss about factor affecting of the speed of the induction motor, factor affecting of the speed of induction motor, and speed torque characteristics So we have to discuss about the factor affecting of speed of induction motor and speed torque characteristics Just a few minutes we have discussed about induction motor is introduction to AC drives, and advantages and disadvantages of AC drives, and types of AC drives and types of AC drives. We have to discuss just before few minutes we have to discuss it. Now induction motor drives. Here three phase induction motors are the two types is there. That is the squirrel cage induction motor and slip ring induction motor. That is the wound rotor is called as the slip ring induction motor. These are the induction motor drives. For the three phase induction motors are squirrel cage induction motor and slip ring induction motor. Next, the speed of an induction motor. What are the speed equation of induction motor? The speed equation of induction motor is nothing but, here the speed of induction motor is given by that is the ns is called as synchronous speed. Here the synchronous speed is equal to 120 f by p. Here the f is the frequency and p is the number of poles. F is the frequency, p is the number of poles, and the percentage of slip. भाजी पानी बरा नहीं है भाजी पानी. Percentage of slip. Here the percentage of slip S is equal to the percentage of slip of induction motor. S is equal to ns minus n by ns into 100. That is the difference between synchronous speeds to actual speed expressed expressed as synchronous speed into 100, that is called as the percentage slip, that is called as the percentage slip. So here the speed of induction motor is nothing but ns into synchronous speed into 1 minus slip, 1 minus slip, 1 minus slip. So here the speed of the induction motor equal to n is equal to ns into 1 minus s. Here the synchronous speed, here the synchronous speed into 1 minus s, into 1 minus s, that is the speed of the induction motor, that is the value of speed of the induction motor, where ns is called as the synchronous speed of motor, and n is the speed of the rotor, and f is the supply frequency, and p is the number of poles, p is the number of poles, p is the number of poles. So this is the speed of an induction motor, speed of an induction motor, speed of an induction motor. Next, the factor affecting of speed of an induction motor, factor affecting of speed of induction motor, the factor affecting of speed of induction motor. The speed factor affecting, the some factor are affecting for the speed of induction motor, that is by the changing the applied voltage to the stator, by the changing the applied voltage to the stator. These are the one of the factor, that is the value of voltage, that is the value of input voltage to the stator, that is the applied voltage. And second point is nothing but by the changing the frequency to the stator, that is the value of frequency in hertz, the value of frequency in hertz, the value of frequency in hertz, that is the one of the factor affecting, one of the factor affecting of speed of an induction motor, that is the one of the factor affecting of the speed of the induction motor, that is the change in frequency to the stator, change in frequency to the stator. Next, by the changing the number of stator pole, by the changing the number of stator pole, by the changing the number of stator poles. Next, fourth point nothing but by the rotor rheostat control, fourth point nothing but by the rotor rheostat control, by the rotor rheostat control. Fifth one nothing but by the injecting an EMF, by the injecting an EMF in rotor circuit, in rotor circuits. This is the one of the factor affecting, this is the one of the factor affecting, this is the one of the factor affecting. Next, other factor affecting nothing but by the operating two motor in cascade, by the operating two motor in cascade. So this is the another factor affecting of speed of an induction motor, these are the another factor affecting of the speed of an induction motor. So these are the factor affecting, that is the frequency and number of poles and voltage and rheostat control and EMF in rotor circuit and two motor in cascade, two motor in cascade. These are the factor affecting of speed of an induction motor. Next subtopic is nothing but methods of speed control of through the semiconductor device, methods of speed control through the semiconductor device. Just we have to control the speed of induction motor by using the flux control method, armature control methods, and voltage control method. Some techniques is there to speed control of the induction motor, but we have to by using the power semiconductor devices, you would be able to control, the speed of induction motor, speed of an induction motor. So some methods is there That method is called as the stator voltage. First one nothing but stator voltage control method. Second one is nothing but stator frequency control method. Stator voltage and frequency control method. Next method is called as the stator current control method. Next method is nothing but static rotor resistance control method. Next method is nothing but slip and energy recovery control method. Energy recovery control method. So these are the methods of speed control through the power semiconductor devices. Power semiconductor devices. By the changing of the stator voltage control, stator frequency control, stator voltage and frequency control, stator current control, and static rotor resistor control, and slip energy recovery control method. These are the method to control the speed. These are the method to control the speed. Method to control the speed of induction motor. Method of control speed of induction motor. By using of this method, we have to control the speed of induction motor by using power semiconductor devices. By using power semiconductor devices. By the changing the value of, by the changing of this value, by the changing of this value, that is a voltage, frequency, volt frequency, current, like this. Next, the methods of speed control through the semiconductor device. Nothing but next 1 to 4th method are applicable to the slip ring and squirrel cage induction motor. 1 to 4th here, that is the speed of stator voltage control and stator frequency control and stator voltage frequency control and stator current control. These 4 types of control method have to applicable to the slip ring induction motor. Applicable to the slip ring induction motor and squirrel cage induction motor. Slip ring induction motor and squirrel cage induction motor. And 5th and 6th motor are applicable to slip ring induction motor. Slip ring induction motor, that is the static rotor restart control and slip energy recovery control method. These 2 methods are applicable to only slip ring induction motor. Last 5th and 6th, this method applicable to the slip ring induction motor. Slip ring induction motor. And first 4, the first 4 is nothing but these methods are applicable to the slip ring induction motor and squirrel cage induction motor and squirrel cage induction motor. Squirrel cage induction motors. These are the speed torque characteristics of induction motor. These are the characteristics of speed torque characteristics of induction motor. These characteristics, speed torque characteristics, how to obtain, how to generate this speed torque characteristics, you have to learn in AC machine, subject, learn in AC machine subject, and we have to able to understand for AC machine subject the speed torque characteristics of induction motor in induction motor topic in AC machine. How to derive it, how to draw the slip torque characteristics of induction motor. If 3-phase induction motor is energized from fixed voltage at constant frequency, then the motor torque is function of a function of slip. Motor torque is a function of slip. The motor torque is a function of slip. In motoring mode, under normal running, stator current is not enough high, the air gap, the flux remain constant, the torque increases with increasing in slip from the 0 to maximum slip. 0 to maximum slip. So here a 3-phase induction motor is energized from the fixed voltage at constant frequency. Initially the 3-phase induction motor is energized by using the, we have to apply the supplied voltage, we have to apply the voltage, or we have to is energized by the supply voltage at constant frequency, Here the frequency is constant, but we have to apply the input voltage to the induction motor, then the induction motor is energized. Then induction motor is energized. The induction motor is energized. So then the motor torque is function. The motor torque is a function of slip. You have to consider the slip of induction motor. Then the torque is produced. So here the slip is drawn in x-axis. The torque is drawn in y-axis. So here here the torque is produced. We have to consider the slip. In the motoring mode, under normal running stator current, under normal running stator current is not high, the air gap flux remain constant, and torque is increases with increasing the slip. Slip is the increases. If the torque is increases, slip is increases. For the maximum slip, from slip is 0 to maximum, the torque is increases. The torque is increases here. If the slip is 0 to maximum. If the slip is the 0, for the maximum slip, the torque is the increases from 0 to maximum slip. At the 0 to maximum slip, the torque is the increases. Torque is the increasing the exponentially. Torque is increases. After the maximum torque at the slip, after the maximum torque at the maximum slip, as the slip is increases, the stator current is rise much more than rated current. Air gap flux is decreases. Therefore, torque is decreases in increasing the slip. We have to observe here. After the maximum slip, the slip is increases. The stator current is rising. Much more than rated current. Air gap flux is decreases. And therefore the torque is decreases with increasing the slip. After air gap slips, if the torque is decreases, if the slip is increases. So this is the explanation about the speed torque equation of speed torque characteristics of induction motor. We have to clearly understand for the AC subject. Speed torque characteristics of induction motor. Here we have to discuss about the factor affecting of speed of induction motor. So what are the factor affecting here? So these are the factor affecting of speed of an induction motor. So by the changing the voltage and changing the frequency, changing the number of poles of all the stators, and by the rotor restart control and injected an EMF control, and here by the operating to motor in cascade. So these are the factor affecting. And speed torque characteristics of an induction motor. So these are the speed torque characteristics. These are the characteristics of speed torque of induction motor, and these are the explanation. So we have to able to understand about factor affecting of speed of induction motor and speed torque characteristics of an induction motor. So we have to discussing about these two topic in today time period. Some quiz question is there here. Some quiz question is there. The speed of an induction motor. The speed of an induction motor. The speed of an induction motor can be changed by. The speed of an induction motor can be changed by. The speed of an induction motor can be changed by. Option A is nothing but the change in applied voltage, the change in the frequency, change in the number of stator poles, and all of the above. The speed of an induction motor can be changed. The speed of the induction motor can be changed. The speed of the induction motor, the speed equation of induction motor nothing but the synchronous speed n is equal to 120 f by p. 120 f by p. 120 f by p. So here the speed of an induction motor n equal to ns into synchronous speed into 1 minus s. 1 minus s. So here the synchronous speed ns is equal to 120 f by p. So where f1 means the supply frequency and p is the number of voltage, number of poles, and change in the applied voltage also. Change in the applied voltage also. Then the speed of the induction motor is also changing. The speed of the induction motor also changing. So here all of the above is the correct answer. So option D is the correct answer. Option D is the correct answer. Option D is correct answer. Next question. Next second question. Second question is nothing but in a slip energy recovery control method. In slip energy recovery control method is applied to which types of motor this control method is applied. Option A is nothing but squirrel cage induction motor. Option B is nothing but slip ring induction motor. Option C is nothing but both, and option D is nothing but none. Option D is nothing but none. And here we have to discussing this method, that is the last method, is nothing but slip energy recovery control method. Slip energy recovery control method. Slip energy recovery control method. It will be applicable to only slip ring induction motor. It will be applicable to only slip ring induction motor. Slip ring induction motor. So here for this question. Boy, hello, here slip ring induction motor. Option B is nothing but option B is slip ring induction motor is the correct answer. Option B, slip ring induction motor is correct answer. So these are the two objective types questions is there. Some more objective questions you have to search in net, in Google, and different website is there. You have to search in that website and then you have to prepare for competitive exam. Next, frequently asked question. The first question is nothing but state the factor affecting of speed control of an induction motor. State the factor affecting of the speed control of an induction motor. Just factor affecting of speed control of induction motor. These are the factor affecting of speed control of induction motor. So these are the speed equation of induction motor. You have to write about. You have to read and you have to prepare about speed of induction motor and factor affecting the speed of induction motor. This one and this one. So these are the first question answer. State the factor affecting of speed control of induction motor. Next, second question is nothing but what are the different types of speed control of induction motor, three-phase induction motor through the semiconductor device? What are the different types of speed control of induction motor, three-phase induction motor through the semiconductor device? Through the semiconductor device. These are the methods. Speed control device. What are the different types of speed control of three-phase induction motor? So these are the methods of speed control through the speed control. These are the types of, these are the some methods, these are the types. The speed control of stator voltage control method, stator frequency control method, and stator voltage frequency control method, stator current control, and static rotor resistance control, slip energy recovery control methods. So these are the methods. So you have to prepare these two equation, and you have to prepare in previous just in previous topic 2 questions is there. You have to prepare, you have to read well and prepare well, then you have to listen one or more time, then you have to able to understand. So just you have to read and learn and listen, read and learn and listen, and you have to follow through the books. You have to follow the you have to go through the books. This topic also you have to able to understand, to go through the books. You have to listen 2 or more times and follow, and you have to go through the books. Thank you.